On to the part of Fuck 2. This time we're going through Pro Skater. This is the bonus map that we have unlocked from doing story mode, and it's a neat little area. It has like a bunch of little ins and out places, and also this place has its own music. It has its music in this area. I believe it's kind of silent in the second area we'll be going to. And the third and final area of this level is just the game music. It's the soundtrack you would usually get from the game. Because the soundtrack does not play in like about 2/3 of the level, so that's neat. But this entire area is the space area. This is basically where all the aliens are and all. And I mean, it's neat. It has some neat little bits of grind spots and such, but nothing to, write home about. And yep, got some aliens about that can talk and shit. But the most thing here is, the goal here of Pro Skater is just activating shit to get to the next area in order to experience the entire area. So, yeah, there's no goals here, and again, we're based on story mode. This is just like an extra thing. But it's here in story mode, so you might as well go ahead and, get through it. First of all, there's Cable Man right over here. That gap, if you don't get it right now before you do the objective for this area, you will not be able to get in until you, restart the level. You also spine the landing pad right there, so that's neat. It's cleared the fighter as well. A lot of jumping ones, a lot of grindy ones. Not many grindy ones, but a lot of jumpy ones in this one. And a few lip trick ones as well. I'm gonna jump cut because we got a whole bunch of areas to get through, so I don't want to waste your time on it. But here's the bottom area, which also has this ramp here, which will take you up to this area, which gives you a big old launch. And that really is all the area I can really show you of this level. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this ledge hop out of the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and deliver these grinds here on the wires. Because if you stick a slap these buttons here, you'll be able to actually activate the next area of this level. Also, spawn traps down there for spine drop. You can also get a weird glitch happening there as well. There are a bunch of gaps around the space area, and I believe about half the gaps in this level are here in the space area. The rest of them are like a quarter in the trouble area, and the next area, and about 5 or 6 on the final area. There's not many on the last one. Anyway, Craneless is right there. It's a weird little thing. We have to climb up the wires there. And you just, keep climbing up these wires around here for cable plants. These are weird gaps, but you can get them easily if you just fill up the wires a bunch. And now I'm going to go ahead and do these bits of grinds here for rail hop, because that's how you get the rail hop here. And then I'm going to go ahead and take care of a nice bit of these 3 grinds so you can get close to one of them at least. Get this one with the triple rail skip. And now I'm going to go ahead and get the next area of this level. So yeah, that just happened. And now we have a portal here that we can go into.
Hey, you.
And we have this guy.
The monkey gods are quick to judge wrongdoers. If you tag the 5 idols, you will be doomed to face the monkey's wrath in hell.
I know he is really into, saying that line. So I will say that was a good line take there. But the main thing here is that we're now in the trouble area. And, I can also spot over the spot for ramp transfer and such. But the main thing here is that we cannot anger the monkey god by tagging 5 spots in around this fucking area. We're obviously going to do that. However, there are actually 2 things we can do here. One is to actually get us to the next area, and the other one is actually just a set piece thing, another destruction thing, because this has probably the most destruction maybe in the entire game. I mean, there's a bunch of cutscenes for doing stuff, so it kind of counts, but for the most part, the destruction here in this level just so happens to be grinding some rope. That's about it. There are 2 ropes here that hold onto this boulder here. Just go around, grind them, get a gap out of it, and get a cutscene out of it where you destroy shit.
Please come here.
And that It is actually the last destruction of the game. There are no other points where we have to, like, you know, get a cutscene for destroying shit and all of that. Well, it's gonna be the last one for the story mode stuff. There is one more level that has a destruction thing, but we're not gonna see that for a long time. Alright, not for quite a few parts. So, this entire bit here is just a bowl with an entrance that lets us up to here. And then we can use these kickers here to boost ourselves around a bit. Nothing too special, nothing too amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of some gaps right now as well take care of all the idols around here. You gotta tag them. First of all, let's trick this glowing spot here for cutting edge. Easy enough. After that, you want to go ahead and just do a spine transfer over one of these two pillars around here for spinal columns. And then you want to go ahead and start tagging. These are the idols. You have to get very close to them to actually deface them. Though your thing won't really appear on them for much. And yeah, just go around and deface all 5 of them. The first one I took care of was at the very back, and the rest of these are pretty close together. 2 of them are on these walls here, and the other 2 are on the inside walls, on the left and right behind these columns. Once you take all 5 of them, another portal will open up, and you'll get the following area. Hell. Yep. I mean, this entire series likes to bring up hell, so, you know, might as well go to hell again in Fug 2, huh? Except this hell isn't as, you know, fun as, you know, the hell that we went to with Fug 1, where it was just a fucking concert with Kiss. Instead, this is actual hell, where you go to hell gaps and such, and also a devil that's just kind of fat.
The big boss needs the runes lit up. Lip trick on top of the 2 broken ribs to knock him over.
Also a mafia member.
On the 2 pillar runes. Once you do that, I'll let you into the back room so the boss can congratulate you himself. Hey.
Yep. So, all we gotta do is take care of some buttons, and then we can go inside of the giant fucking demon mouth there, in order for us to see the boss himself, which is obviously going to be Lucifer himself. This area is honestly the coolest looking area out of all of them, but at the same time, it is the least area out of all 3 of these. Like, this is a very small area overall, with, like, 2 or 3 gaps at best, and nothing else. It is, by far, the most, basically underused level, or area of this level, in the entire game. And that's kind of sucky, considering there are some bits where some decent gaps can happen, but for the most part, that's not the case. It's just an area that exists, and, you know, you can do stuff in it, but nothing more else. There's also a bunch of grinds here that open up some gates, but for the most part, there's nothing else to it. And also, there's like a scary little demon there, right over to these caves in the bottom there, in case you wanted to see that. Some neat little set design here and there, but for the most part, nothing to write home about. And what we'll have to do right now is let's trick these 2 like spine bones here, which will make them snap off and fall down, and we can use them as grinds in order to take care of the bunch with the sticker slap on. And yeah, once we take care of that, then we just essentially go and see the devil. I mean, might as well see what the devil looks like, huh? How do you think it's gonna look like in this game? Take a guess right now. I fucked up that sticker slide. You have a bit more time to guess. Alright, guessing time is over because we have now gotten the portal opened, and now we can go inside and meet him finally. So what's inside of here? Well, it's basically an additional area to Hell that is just a hallway. It has some meat grinds, some chairs, very nice fucking mansion area. Unfortunately, there's not much else to this. There's no gaps in here, and also there's just 2 poles on each end that take you right back to the same spot, so really nothing to, you know, talk about there. There's only one thing to actually talk about, and that happens to be on the side here, where we finally get to meet Lucifer himself, who is just laying down, relaxing, having a good time. Let's answer him, shall we? That's it. This is your reward for getting through Pro Skater. Nothing else to really talk about, huh? So yeah, that's the devil, and that is Pro Skater in a nutshell. There's nothing else to look at or even explore with, except for the gaps. Because we do have to get all the gaps in Pro Skater, and the majority of them will be in the space area, as well as a few more in the tribal area. There is one more here in this area, but yeah, we're kind of done of hell. So, here's the gap list. Let's go ahead and clear it all out, shall we? First of all, you want to go ahead and just, check out this little spot here where you can notice there's a portal down here now taking the hell from the space area, so there you go. Okay, I'm going to be in this. So, grind these 2 spots here for the hop the hell beams. And then you have to do that little hop there to get the grind. Next up, you want to go ahead and do a nice little spine transfer over this wall here for temple wall transfer. As well as you want to go ahead and grind these 2 spots here against the fire for clear the entrance. Once you have that out of the way, go ahead and start, do a nice little transfer over down here for monkey transfer. After that, you want to go ahead and grind these 2 ramps here for portal hop. Once you have that out of the way, you want to go ahead and just do a nice bit of jumping over this gap here for Hollow Bay, or Hollow Boy. After that, you want to go ahead and take these 2 grinds here for wire hop, just jump across these 2 wires. After that, do these 3 grinds here for ledge to rail and rail to ledge. Pretty easy enough. Then you want to go ahead and ass drop down here and let's hit the very other end, like so, for the snake acid lip. Bit of a hard one to get, but there you go. After that, you want to go ahead and go to the back of these 3 entries of the ships for the higher lip trick right there at the end. After that, you want to go ahead and make a big jump across these 2 grinds for the space leap. Easy enough there. After that, you want to go ahead and use this rubber here to grind up this way for rubble jump. And after you've done that, go ahead and grind these grinds here for the little monkey. And then do the same thing, but jump over that grind instead of grinding the spot in order to get the clear the monkey gap. And lastly, the last gap is simply jump across these 2 kickers here for temple platforms. And that's it. That is every gap of Pro Skater. Pretty much all the rest that I had left were in the temple area, but about half of them are in the fucking space area, and the rest of them are here. And hey, we've done it, right? We've done everything. Except we haven't. We've gotten all the gaps now on the story mode side. However, we're not done with story mode yet because, unfortunately, you might have noticed that I'm finished with sick mode on story, but easy and normal are not complete. That's because this game decided to do what Pro Skater used to do with the individual skater thing, but now it's on the fucking difficulties. So here's normal story mode's fucking, stat stuff. And the thing is, the stats for these, normal and sick have the most difference in them. For instance, they're now double and triple kick flip stuff, no heel flip stuff. Another thing is that you might notice there's now a 50-50 grind thing going on, and a crooked thing as well. And also, the biggest one, there's no specific manual thing outside of Pogo, but now there is doing a manual a certain amount of times. So, that is essentially what you're going to be doing here. And I'm going to show off all the uniquely different ones. The ones that are just like, smaller versions of itself are not that big of a deal. But it's these ones like FS Nose Blunt twice. You'd have to do FS Nose Blunt all. And then there's the other lip trick one, which isn't something you can actually do. It's called the nose stall. And to do a nose stall, you just have to press triangle button in a lip trick. You don't press direction. And you can't transfer to a nose stall either. So what I have to do is I have to do a nose stall, jump, and then do a nose stall again in order to get the fucking thing done. If you do that, however, the game will automatically kick you into a bail, like, instantly. Luckily, I was lucky enough to get onto the right side, but for you, you might end up on the left side, you might end up bailing, so be careful of that. I'm going to go ahead and take care of all the kick flips and such now, which are easy enough. Nothing to really write home about with those ones. Not that big of a difference, honestly. The main thing is going to be the manual stuff, because that is something that's interesting, that you never have to actually do manuals a certain amount of times. You just have to do a certain amount of manual tricks. But in this one, it doesn't matter if it's a manual or nose manual. Just do it 5 times, and that's it. There you go, it's all the unique stuff of that one.
Alright, it's time for the
And
grand
I thought it was
finale.
gonna be on, like, the hill for this one, but no, I'm
Lookie's
actually
still
right
way up
here at the
there.
back again,
Hey,
so I was
loser,
wrong.
let's make this interesting.
So,
You're up,
nothing
but if
really
we can fuck
changes at
Skatopia in
all
one combo,
with
you get
normal
1,000
on
points.
the
You know
goals.
why? 'Cause
I
it'll
mean, they
never
kind of lower the
happen.
scores and such, but ultimately it's not a huge difference at all. Like, no different tricks or anything, so it's all kind of the same there on normal. However, then we have the reward for doing normal, which we now have Paulie, we have the Lost Soul, we have the Alien Doctor, we have a fucking hand. So, you know, some neat stuff there. But now it's time for easy. And easy is just, you know, interesting in the fact that it's so fucking, you know, simple to do. But the main thing of easy that I find interesting is that I honestly believe the developers made it so that easy actually has more weight to it. Because you see, if you play on sick and normal, the weight on everybody here is not that, you know, big of a difference. Everything's actually kind of easy to get your speed and your height and such on and build quickly. But that's not the case on easy. On easy, it just feels like everything is very weighted. Like, everything is, like, much more difficult to deal with on, like, air. So, because I can barely get much jumps out of this, it kind of makes it hard in that sort of way. But, yeah, the stats here are so easy that outside of doing a non-spin, unless you're doing it in the next level of Berlin, getting every single stat here is honestly very fucking easy. And in all honesty, you can pretty much get almost every stat out of the way right now on easy in one combo here. If there was a non-spin spot here, then yes, you can basically get every single fucking thing done in one combo of the stat goals here on easy. It's that simple. Unfortunately, I fucked up and got stuck on a rail there, so I didn't get the thing there, but whatever. But there is one unique difference in that it actually changes up 2 goals here with this one here. The last bit of Skatopia is actually different. Everything else is not that different at all. Again, it makes things easier on the score and such. Tricks do not change. But it does change up the goals here in the ending bit of Skatopia. The first thing is not spinning this thing. You only have to not spin any of these, and you're done. You have to spin all 4 of them, just one of them. And the other thing is the boxes. You don't actually have to do a combo of them. You just jump on them, and that's it. So yeah, it changes that up, but it also changes up the ending bit with you. Once you have to escape Skatopia as it's, you know, getting destroyed and shit, you'll find yourself being in a different spot completely.
Let's take the critters with us.
Also, I think this has the most amount of dogs in the entirety of this entire thing. So I want to show that as well, just to show how many dogs there are in this path. But, yeah, the main thing here is going to be us exiting Skatopia, because before we just start at the very end, but now we start at the very halfway. So, yeah, just manual your way downwards and that's it. That's the major differences of easy. And with that, we now get a reward for easy, which just so happens to be the best reward, as we not only have Phil, we not only have an alien, we not only have the geeky kid, the fucking Star Wars kid, but we got Shrek. We got fucking Shrek. And you can only get Shrek by being easy. So, for all those people that beat this game on easy difficulty, you got Shrek. Nice. And that's it. That is all of story mode done. Now we have to do classic mode, which is essentially what the Pro Skater shit is, because it's the timed going through every goal thing and getting them all done in about 2 minutes deal. And yes, you do have to do them in normal as well. However, again, it's not that much of a big difference, so I'm not going to show the normal thing, but I will show the sick thing. So, yeah. Next time in Fug 2, we're going to classic mode. Thanks for watching, I'll see you all next time for that.